Alright, hello, we're here on Arroyo. More Neb Killboard casting. Team 1 ANS, Team 2 OSP, Team 1... Team 1 Admiral Nam, Bot 1735, Rhino ABC, and Zane. Team 2 Al Barbaros, Dr. Boyka, Henka, and Coleman. Oh hey, I'm also joined on the spectator team by Board Philosopher. Cool. Good to see him around. He's a cool guy. Oh my goodness, let's look at this ANS team. Hold on. I know I dropped down with OSP, and usually we do who we drop down with, but I gotta see what the fuck's going on over here. They got almost nothing but destroyers. 3 rail DDs, and 1 Peanut Bullseye Scout Reigns. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Beam Destroyers from Bot 1735 with rebounds on them. Bullseye, Antenna. 1 Dragonfly, 1 Reactor. No FPAs. Frontline, a Bullseye. Reinforced CIC. My god, Tom. These are... That is a hell of a fleet. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. Can't give anything away. Alright, we got 2 450 experts with point defense on them. Aurora's defender. Is this? Yeah, this is just oak. You can tell by the names. We got Zane with more beam destroyers. Half of this team is beam destroyers. And then 2 experts and rail destroyers. See, this is like a real beam destroyer build. 1 FPA. Maybe not. It really needs more. Yeah, and the Aurora isn't great either. Oh well. It's a more sensible beam destroyer build, I should say. Because what Bot's bringing to the party is completely unhinged. I mean, he's a really good player. I expect him to do well with it. But it's absolute madness. Al Barbaros bringing a Tog Swarm with missiles and guns. Mine Launcher. 250 Bulker with a missile on the backside. And a little scout with a Belvert on it. Boyko bringing in Plasma and 100 mil turrets on a pair of Bulkers. Little support tug. It's got Belvert, it's got a torpedo launcher, it's got a couple bastions and a 100 mil. Hank, you're bringing the same build as last time. 2 250s, bastions. I want to see him position really poorly and then die again and complain that ANS OP. That'd be really funny and definitely not annoying. I got roll-off spam. Or not spam, just roll-off monitor. How many does he have? 80. That's quite a bit. Just it doesn't have much throughput of those missiles, so I don't know how well those are going to perform. A couple of ace and some lighthouses, lighthouse scouts. Coleman has a similar fleet, actually. We got a EWR 250 on 1 ship. That's kind of weird. Normally you don't want to have your EWR fighting. Got 250 Bulker with double-sided. Bastions, Lyrebirds. Gun Scout, Gun Scout, Gun Scout. I like it. I like the Gun Scouts. And then PD Tug. A Bloodhound on it. Is it just me or is this ship moving stupid slowly? Oh, they're probably all in formation together and these are just... The enemy secured zone dagger. Alright! Ready! In the meantime, both teams have kept their naturals. Nothing weird going on there. They're all getting spread out pretty effectively. Look at this fucking team, dude. And he's got him in formation as well, in tight rail formation, just ready to pounce on someone. I'm gonna be watching this. That's what we're gonna do with this match. This is the story right here. We're watching these destroyers kill someone. Unfortunately, if they get up here and all they see is this monitor, they're obviously gonna kill the monitor. But then the jig is up as to where, well, if these loop around and get caught out by the other beam team, that would be quite something as well. Yeah, I think that's exactly what is going to happen. These are going to pop out here, shoot a volley into the side, knock out the beams on one of them, get turned on by the beams, and then lasered to smitheroonies. So these 250 bulkers really don't want to be that close proximity to beams. Let's watch! Some jammy going out already. Guess there's a little spotting going down the field. Yeah, that's got to be it. Because at this point, no one's spotted. Oh, but one of Coleman's ships is locked up. By what, actually? I guess by this? Yeah, for a short time. I was locked by that and then got unlocked. By the Vanisher. That's a great ship name, by the way. The Vanisher. Alright, let's... Nice. Imrad, Jaeger, Terror d'Elite. Good names. There's lame names. Multi-found value judgment. The mini brush, head flat, just forth, well and wrap. Oh shit, we skipped away from this. So the problem with these beams being the way that they are is they don't really have much health. There's nothing in here to provide this thing HP. All it's got is its hull, a couple components, and yeah. That's it. So when it gets shot, it's going to take damage, and the damage is going to add up fast, especially if it's impacting on the structure hitbox. One beam going out. Come on, I want to see another. Couple more. Ooh, it's getting hit by the rock. There we go. A full beam array. 4 or 5 lasers slamming into the side of this bulker. No FPAs, though. So the damage isn't stacking up that fast, but it... Oh, man. I lied. It is stacking up fast. It just took a little bit for everything to get on target. And that bulker's done. It's dead. Oh my fucking god. What is this build? Because that's a 500 point destroyer, is what that has to be. Right? 5x6 is 30. So that has to be a 500 point destroyer. That's so cheap. And I can't believe it's working. What is this build, dude? And he just B-shorts and just tells them to kill things. Nice Borg laser system we got here. Just oh my fucking god. Funny, I think you'd actually be better off with like 2 or 3 destroyers, but with FPAs. I mean, that did slam this thing so bad. So something I didn't consider is with this thing having more beam cannons on it, it's more resilient. So like one of them gets knocked out, gets shot up, that's fine. The 2 of them get downed, that's fine. You got 4 more, you got 5 more. Whatever, who cares? The thing with having 3 destroyers is you'll get better damage when you're in a good spot and have a good position, but you're at risk of your beams getting shot out more easily since you just have fewer of them. And I will say, there's no way to increase beam health other than having more of them. God, that's fucking awesome. PD on these ain't great, but I think they can handle the Maddox as long as I see them early. Coleman's angling on this side of the map. He's going to catch out Oak over here and probably just slay it. Beam's backing up. Definitely a little more damage just to make sure. No need, my dude. No need. That is Deaderino. Just happens to have a Citadel CIC. Interesting choice. Don't see those on bulkers very often. Nice beam team. Yeah. They saw it. They got shut up. They took more damage than I was expecting, actually. And then a couple of them are getting it. Wow. Okay, they took a fuckload of damage. Alright, so good ambush by Hanka. Wasn't expecting that to go so well. Oh, but it's because he got him in the backside, so these have had to turn all the way around instead of just orienting slightly. It's another beam down. It's probably another beam about to go down. He's entirely unable to get to target. I was expecting 1 or 2 beams to go through. That's why I kept staying on the Muskblade. But just nothing. Free kill on Zane here. Fair enough, since Bot got a free kill on Boyko. Team's pretty even right now. Yeah, all these will eventually get downed. And do nothing, it appears. Bot a little hesitant to push, but he's going now. Ooh, yeah. Co-op mines. Rebounds. Yeah, I guess that many rebounds just handles it pretty well. No problem. No hits. Very nice. Ooh, looks like a teammate turned off his comms. Actually, I think that was his own ship. Yeah, that was his own ship. And he just murdered his own ship. Zane just dips instead of trying to get his destroyers back in the fight. Which, fair. They probably would not ever have been able to. With the angle that Hanka had on him. Alright, Coleman is backed off against Oak. Interesting choice. I don't know about that one. I feel like this debulker can... No, maybe not. It's only got 251. Yeah, I guess this fleet doesn't really have that much in the way of combat capability. It's kind of a support team. Really shouldn't be off on its own. Has very little firepower. It doesn't want to be running anything solo. It would be better off supporting this group, I think. Yeah, if he keeps doing this, like, peek and sniff business, he's gonna get his ships killed. Because one 250 bulker isn't gonna be able to stand up to Oak. I wasn't even considering it, because those 100 mils aren't gonna do anything. Yeah, this fleet here is very much a support fleet. And shouldn't be off on its own. Oh my. I think OSP's in a lot of trouble. Poor rail team isn't able to play the game, really. Because no one's up on top of the map. This is a very interesting build. I think I'm gonna have to fucking steal it. Yeah, whenever the game ends, I'm gonna ask him to post that fucking fleet. Because I really like beams, but it's hard sometimes. Get him to perform how you want him to perform. Well, it really depends on the map. I guess on a map like Arroyo that is just so much cover, you can afford to sack the FPAs and get close in. But oftentimes you want that range that the FPAs give you. And Coleman's getting chased off by Oak and chased into the railgun fire. He's in big trouble because if they keep looping around like this, he's going to wind up running into these beams, and those will just kill him. NS team spending most of the game not detected. OSP, on the other hand, very detective and a little dead. Like the beam destroyers are coming in for the kill. I want to finish that ship. Huh. Still able to get pretty fast off of a basic drive. With flank. I'm surprised. That's cool. Ain't able to capture Delta. Isn't gonna move on to Bravo for some reason. That's so weird. Why are you coming back? You don't want to engage these beam destroyers. You need to be moving around the map. Goes up here, he could kill these rails. You can cap Alpha, which no one has grabbed yet, which I just noticed. Must be an ANS just traded naturals. It's cool to see this guy doing Oak, doing work with Oak. Not doing anything incredible by any stretch, but it's strong, effective. I mean, hey, that's Oak. Good little fleet. BMDDs finally catch this thing, but we're seeing the pain of not having any FPAs. I did so little damage at that range. So Mark 1's going after some dead ships. Bonk, bonk. Just finishing things off over here. I guess with having so many when you're close in, you don't have to battle show up for as long. Wild. Ooh, fuel line explosion. Oh my. And the reactor's growing up as well. Oh, there it is. Nice. Oak captures Charlie. ANS ahead once again. They've lost Zane. That's it. They're barely taking any damage on anything else. Axfords are taking some shots. It's a little bit of 250 fire. But they're dishing out quite a bit more than they're receiving. Quite a bit more. Oh, here comes EWR tug to save the day. Sig's just gonna... No, don't switch fire, don't switch fire. Keep pounding the bulker. Oh, and he's firing AP at it, which is not a good idea. Really needs to be firing that HE. Probably the only reason this thing's still in the fight is that overpen. But this player doesn't know. Damn, speaking of overpen, look at those rails. What? Why? Oh, he got DC'd. That fucking sucks. Because he was orienting to kill these, and he definitely could. But now someone else is going to have to manage these ships. Who got him? Ooh, the new player got him. That's a huge problem. It's a colossal problem. Yeah, these are now getting fucking ruined. I'm sure this player doesn't actually know how to play beams. Because they're pretty hard. .500 destroyers. It's a hell of a build. And that is not an easy build to play, by the way. Just because of the no FPAs means you have to be hitting things close in. And you're also really weak to fire of any kind. Yeah, see, this is what happens. You dump a laser on someone and it just does literally nothing if you're not super, super close to them. So with Bot's fleet being effectively knocked out at this point, OSP's back in it. It's down to Hank and Barbarous. Coleman has been dumpstered by his team. Just some 450 Axfords. Shooting at things that don't shoot back very well. Yeah, this team's just Dunsky. And that means OSP's only got Oak. And then the rail guy. Well, it looks like Rail Guy understands that he does need to get positioned to where he can actually participate in the fight, which is good. OSP gonna recap Echo, but Ain is capping Alpha, so they're still gonna be up on caps. About 170 points ahead. So that'll help that. Alright, Leonia. Music sucks. We've been listening to the music from Brigandine, The Legends of Forsenna, OST. It's a PlayStation 1 tactics game. One of the earlier games that might be appended to the name Grand Strategy. It's got a strategic layer, it's got a tactical layer. Probably came out later than XCOM though, so not earliest, but earlier. Henka doing a pretty good job against the beam destroyers. Was not expecting much from that player. Gonna be real. After last game, just performed abysmally. But yeah, doing pretty good in the gunfights, which is good. This poor thing. Yeah, all Barbaroos is going down soon. Where's his Bulker? Okay. So the real story is whatever the fuck Oak is up to. So I guess we're just gonna camp Oak. How you doing, dear viewer? Staying hydrated? Staying well fed? You staying, I don't know. Appropriately sexed? What else do humans need? I don't know. I don't keep those as pets anymore. It's hard to remember. Yeah, the game is really slowed down. OSP can spread out and try to start capping points. But if the Rails and Oak sorry, control the top of the map, then they can keep Bravo, Charlie, and Alpha. Alright, here's the first come around to Alpha. Let's watch it get railed to pieces. Rails are better against shuttles than you might think. They're actually quite good against shuttles, because shuttles just don't have much health. Or DC. In fact, this one has no DC, so you hit them with just a few and the fires will start burning into pieces. S2's going out, but I ain't afraid of those. No, this guy probably doesn't have any counter to that, actually. He's still got a few S1s. I don't know if those are offensive or defensive. Based on their firing, I'd say offensive. Yeah, they're definitely offensive, because they're coming after the shuttle. Just taking some Mondo hits. They going after the dead one? Yeah, they're going after the dead one. And they're gonna miss the dead one. Amazing. That's so stupid. Yeah, this thing getting bullied off of Alpha. And we'll get burned down shortly. Sundrive out, so yeah, this is just dead. Okay, we got another one. Coming to cap. It's a monitor. It's an even better target for Rails. Even though these things tend to have more DC teams and more health, rails do much better damage against them since they're so fat and armored. There goes that. Spotter reigns. It's going to be a problem for that rail team. Because this thing just dropped off the radar. So did this, I think. Oh, but it's locked. So this might be able to move up to Alpha and Cap. Especially if it keeps its radar and comms off. Without being spotted. Do these things have any radar on them? Because oftentimes you don't put radar on your rail ships. They don't. Unless I'm missing it, because he does have a bullseye. No way you have a bullseye, but no fucking spotting radar. No, that's exactly what's going on here. Okay, things are about to get real interesting. Because now the Axfords are going to have to spot everything. Because this can just cap the point and not be seen by these radarless ships. The Axfords are busy fighting Hanka. That's all Barbaros. Whose LN is in perfect condition. But I think he knows he needs to move on to Alpha, which is good. For 250 in the rear, though, is going to be painful.
The enemy secured Zone Atlas.
Does a tug. OSP also can't really be losing spotting capability. Rail TD is not on the radar at all. Should be able to handle these missiles as they've been doing pretty effectively. Yeah, not even close. Is he position fire? No, I managed to somehow spot this. I guess these spotted it and then those locked it. Nice! Nice! A lot of fires, another basic CIC. So many basic CICs in this game. You really do not want to have those. You need the good CICs. I don't get it. Oh man. Oh man. Alright, not as bad as it could have been. Not as bad as it could have been. Not ideal. Not as bad as it could have been. Oh, fucking god, OSP up 4-1. On caps, ANS only 88 points out, 86 points now, out from the finish line. OSP's got a catch up to do to the tune of 308. Which they might actually pull off. Because Oak is going down. It's getting surrounded by all these little ships and the 250s. And if Oak goes down, the rail team is done. Because they don't have any radar. I think OSP's gonna do it. I think OSP's gonna kill Oak. And the rails aren't gonna be able to see anything. And then they're gonna rush Bravo and cap it. Oh yeah, especially now that Hank is... 50 bulkers are getting into this. Which ship are they shooting at? Oh, they're shooting at the rails. And it's a battle cruiser. Which is not the older designation slash a Star Trek designation. But yeah, Oak's a good fleet. He's right though. These things are tanky as fuck. I think ANS is actually going to be able to hold it. What the fuck? I know, I keep jumping back and forth, but ANS is going to be able to hold it just for long enough. Especially if they can cap Charlie!
The enemy is securing zone common.
The time to kill on these heavy cruisers is just so high. They're still alive. I thought they would have been dead by now. I really did. But they've survived long enough that they've dished out the damage. ANS has it. Rail ships moving in to capture Arroyo. This is what you really want to see from a rail player, by the way. That's great. Once your guns stop being effective, go fucking cap. It's a big deal for missile players as well. Or 50 AP, killing tugs. Yeah, this dude is used almost exclusively AP this game. I don't know why. No, this one's actually not HE. Are these HE Lounds? Yeah, they're HE. Okay, I take back my previous statement. Look at that. The fucking OSP did it! Okay. I looked away and I looked back and OSP had got a fucking one. I can't believe it. Wow! Wow! Good damage out of these rail destroyers. They were getting a lot of hits in. Very nice. Solid performance out of the experts. These fucking beam DDs, man, out of bot. Holy crap. Incredible. I love this. I don't think I'd ever play this, actually. It's too all-in-y. You have to be up in that ass. And that I can't. I don't like doing that. Too risky, I guess, is what it is. I'll risk it for the missiles every fucking day, but I can't do that with beams. Both teams playing really well. Holy crap, look at that. Look at this 250 damage numbers. Very nice. Yikes. Yeah, Coleman's struggling a little bit with his support fleet. That's good. That was a real good game. Real good game. Lessons from the match. Have scouting? Because I think that was the ANS's biggest problem. For both beam groups, they didn't have extra scouts, and the rail team only had the one scout, and then obviously Oak didn't have any scouts. So they didn't have as good a vision as they could have had. I mean, with more vision, they could have avoided the two beam teams getting flanked and killed. That's a huge one. Bring scouts, folks. It's another reason why that pure beam all-in, here, let me show you, doesn't really work as effectively. So something I do with my beam team is... Where are y'all? Hello? Beam DD's fast strike. Oh my god. Game, please. I'm kind of in a rush. It's a 44-minute recording already. So I've got this nose E-War tug, which just screens for the destroyers. It throws out... Oh, right. Everybody comes in backwards. So this is... That's the front direction. So everyone comes in backwards. We put them to either loose or true. I don't remember which. It's actually been a while. Flip everything around. Start pushing forward. The beams are on front. They have no radar. They have 2 FPAs. They got a bunch of like stuff in them to help with that. They got 2 drives for maneuverability. And these 3 and this stay in tight formation with each other. So this covers these with jamming pretty effectively. So they can get in close, they can move around the map without getting spotted. This little baby is what the whole fleet revolves around, though. It's my scouting. It can also do locks. It's got 2 bullseyes and a parallax. I know you don't get extra efficacy out of that, but it's really helpful for dealing with missiles. And this stays near the fleet. Sometimes it's locked into this formation, this weird spot down here that nobody ever shoots at. But it'll also just move around. And this is the linchpin of this team. The scouting capability. I might actually swap this. I don't have enough electricity for that. Because it's kind of bare bones. Something to think about, actually. Off-angle scouts with beam destroyers. To do... To spot ambushes and make sure you don't walk into one. Since you have to be so close with those beam destroyers. Huh. The game's actually giving me a lot to think about my own beam DD build. I don't get to play him very much. Because everybody wants to play ANS and also complain that ANS is underpowered as fuck at the same time. Which I don't really understand. But we're getting way outside the match at this point. Just something to think about. A few things to think about. Off-angle scouts and keeping an eye on ambushes, and also relying on teammates for keeping an eye on potential ambushes. When you're rocking beams, you need to be... I think they're the hardest things to use well in the game. Hands down. Because they require more map awareness than missiles. They require more micro than gunships, even bulkers. And they require the aggression of, well, beams and rocket shuttles. So it's you have to be kind of really good at all of those things to play these well, and that is so hard to do. But if you play them well, I think they're also, oh good, gunshots. I think they're also the best ships in the game by like a million miles. They're easily the coolest with the giant laser. They're super hard to play well, but they can just destroy everything. Anyways, that's my take on that. I've been here for several extra minutes, past the end of the game. If you've stayed and have enjoyed and appreciated this, thank you. I appreciate you, dear viewer. I have a Discord to talk about these sorts of things and to set up games with decent players, or at least people who teamwork. Some of us are good, some of us suck. It's a nice little group of people. That link's down in the description. If you're not interested in that sort of thing, that's fine too. I'll see you in the battle space.